My name is Rabbi Michael Levine. I've served as a rabbi at Beit Or Synagogue in Tel Aviv for over 22 years. My life has always been rooted in Torah, in Halakha, and in the traditions of our fathers. But on the morning of March 12, 2024, everything changed. I was walking to Shesharet prayers, just after dawn, when I felt an unbearable pressure in my chest. It was sudden, like an invisible weight crushing my lungs. I tried to call for help, but all I could do was collapse on the stone path outside the synagogue. Paramedics arrived within minutes. My friend, Andrew Goldstein, a cardiologist from Jerusalem, was nearby and helped stabilize me before I was rushed to Ichilov Hospital. My heart had stopped. According to the medical report, I flatlined for nearly 4 minutes. But during those 4 minutes, I was somewhere else entirely, somewhere I never expected. A realm of light. I didn't feel fear. That was the first strange thing. As my vision faded on earth, I opened my eyes in what I can only describe as a realm of pure light. There were no walls, no sky, just awareness. I was me, but more. Every memory, every emotion, every regret was laid bare before me. Then the light took form. A man stood before me. He radiated peace, power, and love unlike anything I had ever known. He looked Jewish, olive skin, deep-set eyes, a beard that reminded me of the descriptions in ancient texts. But I knew, in a way deeper than knowledge, that this was Jesus, Yeshua. As a rabbi, I'd studied Jesus historically, argued against his divinity, and debated Christians who came to Israel. But here, in this place beyond time, there were no arguments. Just truth. He looked at me, not with judgment, but with sorrowful love. "Michael," he said, "you know who I am." Tears filled my eyes. I wanted to deny it, to scream that I was loyal to Judaism. But I couldn't lie. I knew. I always had. The scrolls of my life. Then Jesus, Yeshua, showed me the scrolls of my life. They weren't literal scrolls, but memories replayed with perfect clarity. I saw myself as a boy in Haifa, questioning why God allowed suffering. I saw myself becoming a rabbi, clinging to the rules because they gave me control. I saw every prayer I prayed and every moment I doubted God's presence. But then I saw more. I saw the poor I'd overlooked while focusing on ceremonial purity. I saw Christian tourists I had mocked in my heart. And I saw the Messiah, Yeshua, quietly reaching out to me in all those moments. I had read these passages 1,000 times, but now they burned with clarity. He showed me the pierced one of Zechariah 12. He showed me the suffering servant of Isaiah 53, not as a metaphor for Israel, but as himself. Still, I was afraid. "What about my people?" I asked. "What about the Jews?" He looked at me with eyes full of fire and compassion. "I came first for them. And I'm coming again." At that moment, I felt a yearning deep in my soul, not just for answers, but for him. All the years I had spent trying to be righteous suddenly felt like dust. I needed grace. I needed him. A choice in the light. "Will you follow me, Michael?" he asked. It wasn't a command. It was an invitation. I thought of my family, my congregation, the generations of tradition behind me. I thought of Andrew, my cardiologist friend, who once tried to tell me about Yeshua, and I dismissed him. Could I betray my people? But in that place, betrayal wasn't the word. It was fulfillment. It was stepping into the very promise Abraham saw from afar. I said yes. Not with words, but with surrender. In that instant, love flooded through me. Not a feeling, a person. I felt my soul awakened, alive in a way I never thought possible. Yeshua embraced me, and I felt as if I had come home. The return. The next moment, I awoke in the ICU. Tubes, lights, monitors. I gasped for air and heard Andrew's voice shouting for nurses. "You're back," he said. "Michael, you were gone for almost 4 minutes." The nurses called it a miracle. The doctors couldn't explain it. But I could. In the days that followed, I shared my experience with Andrew. He wept. "I've been praying for you for years," he said. "I didn't know what to tell my congregation, or even my wife at first. How do you explain meeting Jesus when you've spent your life opposing him?" But I couldn't stay silent. Not anymore. A rabbi's new life. I didn't leave Judaism, I fulfilled it. That's what I tell people. I'm still Rabbi Michael Levine. I still read the Torah, still teach the prophets. But now I teach them with new eyes. I speak in messianic fellowships. I study with Christian scholars. And I tell my story, everywhere I can. I met Jesus, not in a church, not in a dream, but in the realm beyond this life. He wasn't foreign. He wasn't angry. He was the completion of everything I ever longed for. People asked me, "What happens when we die?" And I tell them, "You meet truth. Not an idea. Not a religion. You meet a person. And if you're willing to open your heart, even for a moment, that person will change your life, forever."